everybody. Welcome back to the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Never done by Disney or Lucasfilm, whichever way you slice it. Legends. It's Timothy Zahn Day. I have two short stories for you and a novel. Let me start off with Star Wars Insider 138 Heist by Timothy Zahn. In this short story, we focus on two characters who are going to appear in the novel that we're talking about today. That's the title of this video, by Timothy Zahn. The Bink sisters. Not Jar Jar Binks. Different Bink. And just a little bit of escapades that they go on. It's only like 20 pages. It's fine. Winner Loses All by Timothy Zahn. We again have the Bink sisters, and we also have Lando included in this one. This one is included in the back of the Scoundrels novel. It's a lot of fun. I don't really have any gripes with it. It's a fun little story, including Lando. I approve of it. Now the big one. I actually have a physical copy with no Legends banner, by the way. Probably backwards for you, but Scoundrels by Timothy Zahn. It's fine. It is a decent book by Timothy Zahn, but it is, again, not good either. I can't stress how Zahn is such a 50-50 figure for me. I will sing the praises of the Thrawn trilogy to the end of time. I think it is the perfect sequel to the movies. It is so good. Is it a flawless masterpiece? By no means. But I can't think of how better to make a 7, 8, and 9 than what he gave us. And I will always praise him for that. Outbound Flight was a phenomenal prequel to Thrawn and all of Zahn's characters. Cardass and Thrawn. Hand of Thrawn was alright. I enjoyed it more than this. I enjoyed it more than Allegiance and Choices of One. We'll see if I enjoy Allegiance and Choices of One more after I haven't read this. We'll see. And I enjoyed Survivor's Quest. This book is basically Ocean's 11, but in Star Wars. It is a big heist book, essentially, with a few plot twists here and there. I'll say the book, it's an easy read, quick pace, quick snap, snap, snap. It's enjoyable, no doubt about that. The story, the premise, pretty decent. Having Black Sun back in there, that's always a lot of fun. We're getting closer to Shadows of the Empire, so that's cool. Minor spoiler, but we have Kel Tainer in here, one of the Wraith Squadron members down the line, so that's awesome. Winter's in here, and seeing as how Zahn created the character Winter, that's pretty cool. Lando's in here. I love Lando, but also some grievances with that, which I will discuss. And the Bink twins return. There's a couple other characters. I don't care. I think it's the biggest thing. It's fun, but it leads to nowhere. It is nowhere, because nothing can happen, because all the big story progressions happen with Episode 5. Han needs money, because Jabba has a bounty on Han, which he lost in the Marvel Comics, which they do address here, which I thought was nice. Though they don't say Crimson Jack, they just say a pirate stole his money. But he goes through this whole heist that goes through his whole story, and now he has a bigger prize on his head. So ultimately, the story feels kind of pointless, especially because the Marvel comics kind of established that he finished off his debt, but then he gets into debt again, and it's a whole jumbled mess. You really can't accept that Jabba the Hutt comic in Marvel. But that being said, it's fine. Again, I want to stress it's okay story. My gripe is that Han and Lando should not be interacting. A.C. Crispin established why Han and Lando are not friends till after episode 5. They established that beautifully with that ending. And Zahn, because he's Timothy Zahn, because he's the king of the universe, he goes, no, I'm going to write a story in the Rebellion era. You don't think Han has better things to do? He's literally helping the Alliance right now, the Rebel Alliance, with Luke and Leia. Yet he has time to pull this off? I don't buy it. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. And to bring Lando in? You know what would have worked? Set this book before Rebel Dawn, or don't include Han and Chewie. Have the same similar story, but with Lando. Have Lando lead the charge, because Lando isn't going to join the rebellion till after episode 5. So I'll have him be the center focus. Make Lando have a bigger story, since we don't have that many Lando-centric stories. But they're together. And I will say, Zahn makes the effort to make it work. He acknowledges Rebel Dawn. He acknowledges that one comic where they met up. He acknowledges all that. Tries to make it fit. But the issue is, it's still like, it's not contradictory, but it's disrespectful. A.C. Crispin did one thing. He says, no, that's not the real reason that Lando's mad. Because apparently Lando got over it. But this here, in this book, because he doesn't get the blackmail things that he asked for, this is the true reason he's so pissed off at Han in episode 5, even though he seems less upset about it here than he did with Rebel Dawn. It's just a huge issue for me. If you don't care about the EU, if you have only watched TCW and then you pick up this book, you'll love it to death. Sure, no issue. But if you care about the canon, if you love A.C. Crispin's Han Solo trilogy, then this is a big F-U to it. To me, that's how it feels. I'm Zahn, and I can make a better reason. I don't know. That being said, I like the extra stuff with Winter. It's nice to get more with Winter, because she's never really been a main character. And Kel Tainer. Having Kel Tainer there was awesome. I have no complaints with him. I'm so glad that Zahn included him. That was so much fun. But I don't care about Binks. 2 short stories with them, don't care. None of the side characters I cared about. Besides Kel Tainer, Winter, I didn't care. I tried to. The villains, they're alright. But I'm not that invested. I just don't care enough about it. This probably sounds really negative. It's written fine. It's a really fast-paced read. It's a really enjoyable read. But I don't care about a lot of the elements of the book. And the premise of having Han and Lando interacting is just a huge issue for me. It's still a huge issue. I tried to have my mind, be open-minded, because I'd already heard Matt Wilkins' opinion and Noah Quality Autism's opinion. I've heard their opinions on it. So, I was, and it had already pissed me off the premise alone, but I tried to ignore that, just try to enjoy the story. And it's enjoyable, but it's still an issue for me. And it's not going to stop being an issue for me. It just comes off as really disrespectful. That being said, if you want an Ocean's 11 type story in Star Wars, it's probably the book for you. that's pretty much all I have to say, without spoilers, which I only have a couple things to mention. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up. Sharing episode a ton. And Timothy Zahn continues to prove to me that he peaked with his first trilogy and has failed to reach that same magic again, in my humble opinion. If you don't want spoilers, time for you to go. 3, 2, 1, final warning, get out of here. If you're not gone, it's on you. So, I literally don't care about the ending of the book. That's how uninterested I was. So at the end of the book, here's the big twist. We learn that Angor, however the fudge you say his name, was really Boba Fett the whole time. Whoa! I don't care. This is supposed to be like, oh, look what Zahn did. Oh my goodness, it's Boba Fett. I don't care at all. But that was the big twist of the book, so I just thought I would mention it. Somebody's gonna be like, oh, that was actually really cool. It's literally whatever. There's also a strange reference to KOTOR. Somebody directly mentions Malik and Revan. It's like 4,000 years ago. Maybe if it was, like a Jedi. But it's not. I don't get that. But whatever. I like Han's character. I like that he's like this episode 4 Han, but clearly influenced by Leia and Luke at this point. So that was kind of nice to see. All the Black Sun stuff, like, we're leading up to Shadows of the Empire. So I mean, that's kind of cool. That's about it. I don't know. I don't give ratings. I think it's fine. But I have a lot of issues with it. Not the worst Zahn book. Certainly not the best Zahn book. Another thing, I'm sorry. This is 2013. This is 1 year before the buyout. Zahn didn't have to set it in the Rebellion era. A very, 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 very crowded era. He chose to. Because he's Zahn. Zahn is the Filoni before Filoni existed. At me in the comments. I don't care. That's what Zahn is. Anyway, guys. I'm sure many people did love this book. So let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And as always, may the Force be with you.